How do we look in?
Well, we're live, so everybody is stopped, but I have to go this route.
Pause.
As always, stop. Are we back yet?
Hey.
All right, there we are.
So, hey, everybody, welcome. It's Are You Shitting Me? TMI, the podcast. Tonight, we have a special guest. You've heard us talk about our sister, Dawn. So, I'm Ron here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and always I have with me.
Oh, I'm his older brother, Mike. And then we have.
Yes, I am the baby of the family.
He is. We can almost do the Brady Bunch thing.
Right. Yeah. Where's Ellis?
We don't have one of them.
So look, everybody, I know we didn't really post a whole lot of what we're going to talk about tonight. I did kind of throw something out there. I talked to Mike earlier a little bit. We talked about media. Kind of a funny story happened to me over the weekend, which will play into this. But I looked back, Mike, at our previous shows. I think we're at our 6-month mark. Either this show or the next show will be 6 months.
Wow, already?
Yeah. I was kind of shocked myself because it really depends upon which one you look at. If you look at Facebook or if you look at YouTube, because Facebook goes back a lot farther than YouTube does. Because remember, we didn't start doing YouTube till about 3 months ago.
Until like a month or two into it before we got YouTube going.
Yeah. So if you're here, welcome. And I'm going to let my brother Mike kick us off. So, Mike, what do you got?
Well, I know you wanted to talk about what is it, the media, VHS, cassettes, vinyl, versus now. I tossed in weather then and now, and I kind of have a reason for it. And I know we don't talk about politics and religion. We do that with purpose. So that we can all get along. But I came across something today that just sort of chapped my ass, and that was there's a publication that sends me stuff for the radio show, and they're very reliable. But today they sent me something, and it had to do with the fires. If you guys haven't heard, we had some very devastating fires here in the panhandle of Texas, and I mean they're still trying to assess the total damage of everything. And it was just, north of Amarillo. One night we were covered in smoke down here. But anyway, this publication sends, this information. Hey, we did our, we covered the story. We did this, that, and we've been hosting online chats about, weather patterns. And then they threw in climate change.
Well, stop
it. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Why are you trying to toss climate change into this? And so I wrote back, was kind of ugly with my reply to them. I said, look, if you're going to keep sending me this shit, then let's just be real about it for one moment. There are now lawsuits being filed here in Texas, in the north part of Texas, because XL Energy, to their credit, came forward and said, hey, look, one of our power lines may have snapped and may have started what is called the Smokehouse Creek fire, which is now the largest wildfire in Texas history. Wow. And I thought, wow, how strong are you?
Right.
Good for you.
To step up.
So I reminded this publication, I said, last year, the fires in Hawaii, when they were first started, and clearly there was going to be a lot of damage and death, everybody ran to climate change, only to realize, oops, it was a power company that in fact did start the fire.
Sure.
And so my question, to them was, please tell me how climate change started these fires, because I've lived here for almost 30 freaking years, and we go through this every February to about the beginning of March, or to the beginning of April. High winds. We are truly meteorologically the windiest city in the country. And no matter what kind of moisture we get in the wintertime, those high winds tend to just dry everything up. You know, when you get 60, 70, 80 mile an hour steady winds, it doesn't take much to dry the earth off, right? And so now you have dry conditions and a snapped power line. Two things start the fires here every year. Snapped power lines or down power lines and chains dragging on pavement. You know, trucks hauling trailers, they have the emergency chains that you connect to those dragging, the sparks create the fires.
I thought you were going to say drunk rednecks, so I was way off base.
I knew you were going to say that.
There's no statistic that says, things like discarded cigarette butts. The truth of the matter is cigarette butts thrown out the window very rarely ever start a fire.
Sure. Yeah,
rarely.
they don't have enough spark to get started.
It's just, when I saw that, I thought, when we were kids, it snowed sometimes. It snowed a hell of a lot in Colorado Springs.
Yep.
Right? I don't remember anybody ever going, well, that's climate change.
That's due to climate change.
Yeah.
That's due to climate change. We had some flooding. I don't remember anybody going, well, there's climate change.
I can remember vividly either hearing or seeing a tornado off the back patio of our house.
Yep.
Now,
it was Daddy and I were actually coming down from the mountains. We were mountain men. Now we were in a truck coming from having cut firewood, and we actually had to take cover. That tornado actually destroyed a gas station and something else up around Manitou. And It was just kind of a freak of nature.
Yeah.
But sometimes shit happens. But for this person to write, and we're trying to determine what's factoring here, is it just wonky weather patterns or climate change? Take climate change out of the equation because it's not what started the fires.
All right.
So anyway, I'm
Thanks
off
for
my
the buzzkill. Let's get on to the happy fun stuff.
Woohoo!
Well, like VHS tapes versus then and now. That's Dawn. Is that happy fun stuff?
Yes, it's happy fun stuff.
But let me ask you though, and Dawn, I'll tell you this, Dawn, because I was just on vacation last week, right? And me and Michelle and the baby were down in San Diego, and we got this Airbnb, and they had a record player there, and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. So I sent Mike a video, and Mike, did you not appreciate just the value of a record player?
I still have
it.
mine. I still have one.
loved it.
I listen to it
That's
more
what
than
I mean.
I listen to anything else.
Just to hear that crackling when you first put the needle down until it starts to slide, just like
the thing lifts up and goes over, and it nice and slowly goes down.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember how pissed Dad used to get when we would use his?
Oh yeah. I think Mike got me my first rock and roll album when I first got my little record player. Mike got me one. I think it was Heart, and it was the Beatles, one of the Beatles albums and stuff. And boy, I used to play this one song over and over again. Yeah, yeah. Heart was my favorite, Barracuda. He absolutely hated that song.
Hey Matt, thanks for joining in, brothers. Good to see you as well. Joints never start a fire.
Because you smoke them down far enough.
I was going to say, I think what you meant to say was blunts never start a fire.
I like
look, because we smoke them all.
That's right. Welcome, Kenny Hall, out of Facebook jail. How was your time?
Did you have a good time? Did you play well with others?
So look, my challenge last week or the week before, and we have Ken Hall on here, and even Matt Rogers, trying to get your guys' brothers involved in this and get them online. Let's get Chad, let's get Roger, let's get David, let's get all those guys back together, and I think it'd be fun to get us all online and talk about how.
Yeah, Don, you can't come.
Why not?
Yeah, no, you can't come.
You remember when you guys had that stupid club? It was called the Bubbies.
The Bubby Club.
That?
Amen.
The Bubby Club, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I said I could be a Bubette, and you said no. You guys wouldn't let me join or nothing.
Mike, when we were kids, we used to. Yeah, shut up. I like dinosaurs. Yeah, long story. So anyway, I sent Mike a picture, and we were talking about the evolution over the decades of music media. Now, coming from a guy that's been in radio for 40 years, I mean, he's seen everything come and go. So, Mike, throw the photo up there. I can remember, we all remember records, and then we hopped into cassette tapes.
Oh
we all know what the number 2 pencil was used for, right? In cassette tapes. Yeah. To rewind those things. Right. 8 tracks. I remember listening to Dad's 8-track tapes.
Dad had one in the truck, baby.
Amen. The CDs, to iPads, to smartphones. And before we came online, you got to take it down, Mike. Before Mike and I came online, we were talking about it. And now it's like, funny story. My father-in-law, we were down in Huntington Beach, and he's like, "Oh, I got my iPod. I've got 2,647 songs on it." I'm like, "Well, on my Spotify, I've got like 1 billion songs on it."
You steal that shit from me. I gave that to him.
It was so good, Mike. I had to snatch it, buddy.
You go play that shit like it's yours.
But no, I mean, seriously, it's like, don't you remember as a kid, we'd go to the store, Mike go to the store, you'd buy albums or you'd buy cassettes, and you'd have just dozens of them, hundreds of them just laying around,
Yeah.
And God forbid you hear that sound when your cassette player in your car was eating your freaking brand new cassette. Yeah, it was horrible.
You want to cry.
And dude, Ken, your Wurlitzer is sexy. It's beautiful.
Yeah, tell me when you're leaving again, so I can make that Wurlitzer mine.
Yes.
Just tell me when you'll be gone for a couple of days.
My last name is Martinez for a reason. Jail was tough, hard time.
That was bad.
It's easier in Chino. but no, back on the topic. It's
China.
It's amazing. It's amazing to me to look back at how the music industry has changed. Matter of fact, Mike. Last week, was it last week or the week before, we were talking about iconic album covers? 2 weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, the wife brought me a drinky poo.
Yes. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, do they even make album covers anymore?
It's a good question. No. Do they not?
Think they do. I don't think they do.
What the hell would you put it on?
I thought we were redoing it. I thought they were like bringing some albums back.
Thought they were starting. Yeah, they're supposed to be coming back.
Yeah.
But that would be good.
But I guess in some sense they would have to make something, because like I'm on this other screen over here, I'm on Spotify, and I can pull up, Taylor Swift's album that just came out. And
you have fun with that, kid.
Hey, don't play Tay-Tay.
Go ahead. You have fun with Taylor Swift.
Don't be a hater.
Well, it's funny because I said today, well, I've said it a few times, but Dad raised us to never use the word hate. We can dislike something, but we weren't supposed to hate things.
I got my coffee.
I dislike Taylor Swift.
Why is that?
I'm not what do they call him?
We talked about this already, just because he's mad that she's rich and famous and he's not.
I just don't like her. I can't say I don't know her, but I just think all this media attention and everything. I mean, she's getting all this shit for free.
Well, every time the Chiefs won, it was because she was there.
You mean the Swifties? The Kansas City Swifties?
No, herself. They were giving her so much credit for going to the Super Bowl and everything else. It was
that's why they changed it from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Kansas City Swifties.
Swifties.
Hey, by the way, have you guys heard that is it Jason Kelce? No, Travis Kelce is the one she's dating, right?
Yeah, Jason Kelce.
He's actually being considered, and I think they're trying him out for. They're going to remake "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?"
Oh, really?
And they're looking at him to be the host.
Hey, I'm raising a third grader, and I am not smarter than her.
Elena needs to host this damn show.
Don't even try it.
Ask my poor wife whenever Elena asks Michelle math or any homework stuff, she's like, "Yeah, go see your papa." It's just not me. So Ken Hall, if you're still on there, man, what's the word with your family members? We're trying to get this bro get together going on. And I'm willing to go to Colorado Springs. Mike, is it a short jaunt for you? Or like I said, who doesn't want to come to Las Vegas?
I do. Damn it. I've been telling you I do.
Yeah. I remember your dad taught me not to say the word hate also. Dude, Don, and here's something, Don. I don't know how long you've watched our series, Don.
I know where you're going.
A bit.
But the whole neighborhood, everything that we went through as kids, everything that we learned or taught by dad, so was every other kid in the neighborhood.
Oh, you're damn straight. They learned.
I didn't, you know what? But I didn't realize it then until later. The first time I noticed, or that I understood it, was the night we all went to Thunder and Buttons.
Yeah.
Were you there with us? And Kenny and Chad and all the cousins, and we were there. And I can't remember if it was Kenny or Chad. I think it was Chad.
Chad. Yeah.
Said, when we were kids, your dad scared the hell out of us. And
I think he scared the hell out of the parents.
And anytime that he'd come out and yell for you guys, we all went home. So I didn't realize it then. I thought, wow, man.
Dude, I can still hear it. I want to do this and tell me if it doesn't send chills down your spine.
Oh, no.
Michael, Dawn, Ronnie.
No.
He just like crayons, like, stop what you're doing.
I ain't going.
Well, it was even made worse if he used your middle name.
Middle name. Amen.
Yeah, if he threw your middle name in there, your shit was toast.
Yeah, or if
you run to the bathroom, you run to your bedroom, grab all the underwear you can squeeze on.
And a couple magazines.
I'll be on it tomorrow.
Tinfoil. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, well, there you go. Kenny's answering your question.
Been procrastinating that. I'll be on it now. Dude, stop posting your stupid posts and just do what I ask you to do.
Oh.
Anyway,
I don't think that sounds like that. Shit.
Let me see if I can muster it up. Hey, ready?
Go ahead.
Oh. Kenny, you call your family, boy. You make them show up. Make them listen to Ron and Mike and Dawn. Don't you make me come down there.
Don't make me come down there.
Yes. And don't think I won't.
If I knew Kenny's middle name, I'd go that route. But
dude, I'm searching in my head right now if I know what it is.
I think it's,
I don't know.
He's not gonna tell us now.
I was gonna say, and now he'll never tell us.
Yeah, so you know where your story is, Archie. No, nobody
he
was
been
that
a man
scary.
of small stature, but that dude demanded a shit ton of respect.
Yes, he did.
I'm not so sure he didn't scare some of the other adults in the neighborhood.
I can guarantee.
But can you imagine having that rep? I mean, poor dad. Sometimes I feel sorry for him, and then other times I go, though. "Yeah, he was fucking cool.
He was. I miss him.
Right.
Yeah."
Charles, that's right. Because we used to call him Chuck. That's right.
So what were we talking about just before the show, Ron?
Don't ask him. Don't ask him. Please don't.
So I told Ronnie before we went on, and I don't know. I think Dawn had just chimed on with us. I said, so, I'm writing a new book, and this one's titled Pity to Prosperity. You shouldn't be handcuffed by your circumstance. I'm at a point in the book where I'm writing about the chucker.
Oh, boy.
And as soon as I said that, Ronnie lost it, man. He just lost it.
I think I peed a little.
Did you pee a little?
I think I did.
But it's I can't let the entire cat out of the bag. But I mean, for those of us that grew up in Colorado Springs, we understood. I mean, once you knew who he was,
yeah.
Chucker had his real name was Charles Murdoch, and he's still around.
Yeah.
But
his dad raced the speed or the Pikes Peak. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
He.
I didn't know that.
He had a bit of a following.
Wow,
he was huge. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I just say, he had a bit of a following in Colorado Springs because, he was doing mobile DJ. I mean, he was actually a very busy kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I was sharing stories with Ronnie of like one night when Steve Mann and I, after Steve and I met, that, we were kind of picking on him on the chucker at school at Pikes Peak Community College. And I said, but the damnedest thing is Kurt Groh, who didn't have, he was so even tempered. I loved Kurt. But he kind of got on to Steve and I one night because we were picking on Chucker. And we said, well, wait. Before you get too mad at us, you need to understand something. he's the one that kind of started it. Trucker's the one that started it. We were just playing along. Everybody else
out of the blue in the
hell.
background, you hear his wife Carolyn. You two are going to hell.
Yeah, Carolyn came in to bring me my drinky poo.
Looks like someone's gone.
So anyway,
so Don,
look,
tell me some of your memories as a younger person when it comes to music. What was your genre? Was it records? Was it cassettes? Was it your CDs? What was the time that you remember as a kid?
I think I remember the most was when they came out with the cassettes, because that's when I heard a lot more music. And my genre,
Walkman.
A Walkman was the best, especially when I was working and you could wear them over your head, and the better off the headphones were, you were just more popular that way. So, but my genre would be, remember Michael Jackson and all that skating. Do you remember skating? Oh, I remember how good I was.
No, we don't know. We don't remember skating at all.
Yes, you do. I know you.
Nothing.
And so that is something that you will forget. Yes, it's something you forget, because I was good. I mean, I was a really good skater.
I think we all were.
Yeah, we were.
And we spent every weekend there. I mean, I was the weekend disc jockey at Torchlight. I mean, how much cooler could you get?
It was fun. But then
you could have been the chucker and been way cool, but yeah, I guess you're going to consider that cool. That's all right.
I didn't have his swagger.
A few years ago, I go to Skate City thinking I can go skating. I didn't even make it around the first corner.
I almost spit out vodka.
Out of your nose.
Out of my
I don't even have vodka.
Dude, Mike, it was
God. Get it out, baby. Out of the park.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Don. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. No problem.
That was good. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh,
well, if you see Chucker, Don, tell him we said.
No, I'm serious. I have a restraining order on this guy. I am so serious.
Oh my!
He would hunt me down. He would he'd get a hold of me.
That ain't going to look good in the book.
No, it's not, because he was a freak. I'm telling you. He chased me.
I guess I have to ask.
Latched on my car door.
How did he catch you?
I was backing out. I was like, Jesus Christ, go away.
Did you just say freak?
Freak. I mean, a freak.
Oh my God! Hold on, I'm crying. Hold on.
I've got some stories. This dude was.
Oh God! I hope he never tunes in.
Yeah, let's skip the stories for
let's just move on.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on.
Facing enough lawsuits in my life right now. I don't need another one.
Amen. So anyway, yeah. So if you guys are just joining in, we're talking about music. Shut up, Mike. We're talking about music platforms then and now. And I was telling a story, Don, to Mike before we went online. Mike and I talked backstage. My son Ron Jr., when he was younger, we were cleaning out of the garage, and I had a crate full of old 45s.
Yeah,
you're an asshole.
I actually wrote that like 2 weeks ago. I've been waiting for a chance to use it.
There you go. So anyway, so we're going through these. We're going through these boxes, and I came across a bunch of 45, and Ron Jr.'s like, "Dang, Pops, where'd you get those big CDs from?" Like, yeah, right? Those are not CDs, buddy. Those are not CDs.
You know what I did to Dad once? Let me tell you a story. He was watching a DVD on, he went and rented them at Blockbusters or whatever. And the very first time he had one, I said, "Dad, you want me to take this back?" And he goes, "Yeah, would you do that for me, sugar?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Did you rewind it?" And he goes, "Oh, I forgot." He puts it back into the thing.
See, people forget about that shit. You had to pay that fee.
How do you rewind a CD?
Right. I said, "Dad, you cannot rewind a CD."
Do you remember the Blockbusters, those stupid signs they'd have outside? Be kind. Rewind.
Yeah. That may be right. Blockbuster's no longer around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that, and because everything is streaming now. I mean, all I got to do is push the button on my remote and tell it what I want to watch, and poof, there it is.
Yeah. Poof, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
By the way, hi to Dan Ferguson. Dan's like a friend of mine. And good to, gosh, I'm glad you're here, Dan. I do have one or two, smart ass.
Yeah.
All right. There's Kenny again. Well, we got a few people tuned in. That's kind of fun.
Oh, was Dan talking 45 autos as in guns or as in?
It could have been. I don't know. Dan's.
I got a couple of them in my closet back here. If we're going to start sharing
Dan's
those,
a pretty cool cat. Dan is Dan's my fellow history buff.
Oh, nice.
There's my boyfriend.
He's also.
Hi, boyfriend.
Hello, boyfriend.
This is Mike.
Hello.
I got a mic.
There you go. Can't go wrong with that.
Nope. He's a great guy.
Good. So anyway, Dan. So Dan Ferguson is your friend. He's your history buff.
I don't want to talk about it now. I got interrupted by Don's boyfriend.
Oh no! Now see what you did, Mike. Damn it!
Suck it up.
Damn it to hell, Bobby.
Oh, Don just told me to suck it up.
Carolyn
is on 8-track.
What was the 8-track that Dad used to always have in his?
Name one.
The Hollies. The Hollies.
Do it, Don. Holly, Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons. Elvis.
Absolutely. Yep.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. You know, think about 8-tracks. Think about 8-tracks that was just dumb as a box of rocks, but it was technology then. You could be jamming to a fucking song, and all of a sudden, click. They had to change tracks and to pick up on the next track.
My boss is walking in.
I see the door opening. Looks like your boyfriend's home.
My boyfriend's home.
Hi.
This is my lovely wife, Michelle. Everybody.
Hi, Michelle, good to see you again.
Tim, he's my friend too. Do you want to talk about him, Tim? Mike got cut off. He's mad now.
I'm sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut.
I'm pissed off.
Big baby.
Hey, Tim, how are you? So, Tim,
Taylor Swift, and I was like, "Come on, Mike."
Did you hear that, Mike?
Come on, Mike.
You know what?
He's calling you out on not liking Taylor Swift.
Nice I'm sorry. You know, I love you, Michelle. But I'm just not doing the Taylor thing.
He is. I heard it. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe
my
ears.
Well, I'm on your side on that. Really?
I've been disowned.
Oh my God.
So anyway, hey Tim,
her signature that I got for you on her T-shirt.
Do what?
I got a signature for you on her T-shirt, and I was going to send it to you. I guess now I'm just going to have to send you the Pop-Tart blanket.
Oh man,
how sweet!
Bring it. I was going to put my
Pop-Tarts.
put my orange beanie on for you.
That's what my mic likes. Pop-Tarts.
I love Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
I think we had a podcast about Pop-Tarts, didn't we?
Yeah, what's your favorite flavor? Anyway, Tim, good to see you. He is Dan Ferguson. By the way, Tim, I got your text about the show today, and I will get a hold of the councilman and share that information.
Awesome.
I just popped on to say hi.
Ever see the old 4-tracks? Oh, here, wait, Michelle. Michelle.
What? Yeah. But
no. Take it off. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, you look so different with that on.
Mike, you have to show Dawn the before and after picture. Do you have it still?
Oh man,
I don't know what I did with the.
I want to see it.
Yeah, we bought him that beanie and had it Amazoned to him.
Really?
I love this beanie now.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you love it.
You even see those old 4-tracks.
You just don't. You have to know the history of the beanie. Now I'm getting hot now.
Oh man, you do look hot.
Yeah, well, that's what I keep trying to tell your sister-in-law. She just won't listen.
All right, I'm leaving. I'm going back to cooking. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Michelle.
I have
Love
no
you,
idea what he played in the trip because I always rode in the bed of that. Yeah, right? I mean, I think that's where all of us kids rolled, was in the bed of the truck.
Yeah, unless you're jumping out because he's going up a big-ass hill.
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah.
I'll tell her you said hi. She bailed on me.
So
we're up at about 29 after, sort of 30 minutes into it here. So, Dawn, thank you so much for joining, and Mike, everybody.
Thanks
But
for having me.
I have to tell, since Taylor Swift needs a straw because she sucks. Oh, come on now.
Ooh, you
That's why Nevada is. That's why Nevada is so windy.
Take an A.
That's why Nevada is so windy, is because California sucks.
Mm.
But
Where are you on Whale
Oh,
Wars?
I heard my wife in the background. Carolyn somewhere out in the front living room moaning. Well, not like
Probably.
that. But,
Maybe you should go check that out.
Mike, is there something
maybe I need to
about?
go, guys.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why do you think so much?
Where are we on Whale Wars? What kind of Whale Wars are we talking about here, Tim?
Well, since we're up against 30, while Tim's answering the question,
so
Dawn came up.
What?
Dawn came up in a conversation today.
You did. I did.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So I was talking to one of the guys at work, and we were talking about, I think about, just how we were brought up, and it was about hitting girls. And I said, I hit my sister once. And that's the last time I hit my sister, because my dad let me know in no uncertain terms you're not to hit a girl. And I said, and what's funny is I think my sister fucking took that to heart, because then she would do shit just to make me mad. And I remember one day, I think we were at Firestone. Dad had, remember that ridiculous camper Dad
camper? Oh, I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah. So Ronnie and I are in the back camper. Dawn's up in the truck, and Dad's in Firestone.
Instigating her ass off.
Yeah. Dawn's up there just making faces, sticking tongue, and just pissing me off. And so I finally started hitting
I remember.
I started hitting the glass, to get her to stop. Finally, she did something that pissed me off. So I reared back and boom, and I broke everything. I have blood running down my arms. I'm bleeding to death, and I'm thinking, well, that's it. I'm dead. I mean, if not because of this, Dad's going to come out.
The glass.
Yeah, exactly. So Dad comes out, right? And he opens the door to the camper, looks in, doesn't say a fucking word. He just said, shut the door, drove home. I cleaned it up. I think Mom came down and bandaged it. Dad never said a thing about what had happened.
And that's
I think he just figured, but I still have the scars from hitting that window on my arm.
Yeah.
Way to go, Dawn.
Anyway, I just
nice to go, Dawn. I have claustrophobia.
And you wanted to be a bubette? Screw that shit.
I was trying to be on your side. I want to see Dawn squirm because she has claustrophobia. You used to put pillows on
claustrophobia.
You see what Tim said? It says you look like a fisherman at sea with that beanie rolled up. Bring me away.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Oh
wow.
Shit, did I need
we need to drink alcohol before doing this
more often. So Dawn, part of my challenge, I'm trying to get all the guys, the boys from the neighborhood to get together, and the first thing Mike and I said, we need to pay the tip first.
We got to pay the tip first. Because we're going to get in trouble.
Because it's going to get fugly.
It's going to get fugly muggly.
All right. Well,
Mike, you got anything to close with?
Well, I thought maybe that was it. I thought maybe I closed with I tried to bleed to death or get killed by our dad.
Dawn, you got anything to close with? Any stories? Anything fun?
No, nothing. I mean, I got lots of stories about us growing up and stuff. So maybe next time we'll have a little bit more time and I can tell all your secrets. I know lots of secrets.
So I'm going to tell my favorite joke, Mike, since you live in Texas.
Uh-oh. I got a joke.
So there's these three cowboys riding along the range one day, or by the ocean, and there's two Texan cowboys and one Colorado cowboy, and they come across this lamp and they rub it, and poof, this genie comes out and says, well, since there's three of you, I'm going to grant each of you one wish. So the first Texan gets over and he goes, I want a wall, 100-foot wall built all the way around Texas. And genie's like, poof, done. And then the second guy says, the Texan says, I want only Texans to be able to live in Texas, nobody else within that 100-foot wall. Poof, done. So the Colorado cowboy gets up and he goes, let me get this straight. Only Texans in Texas? He's like, yes. He goes, 100-foot wall? He goes, yeah. Fill it with water.
Here's to you, my friends.
Salute!
Ronnie, let me No, let me tell this joke real quick. It's real quick.
Good. Do your thing.
It's a Mexican joke, and it's the cutest thing. There's this Mexican they used to call Paragraph. And this guy, he came over and he goes, hey, dude, how come they call you Paragraph? And he says, because they say I'm too short to be an essay.
Oh my God.
We should have stopped on the pour water in it kind of thing.
Yeah.
I got no jokes. All my jokes are dirty anyways. There you go.
Well, yeah. Well, don't say them on here. It's a family environment.
Yeah, it's trying to keep it clean.
So anyway, thank you guys, everybody that joined in tonight. Cato and all the other guys, Matt and Ken Hall. Again, next week we're gonna be back on. So look, let's do this, Mike. Let's throw out a little challenge to all you guys that are out there right now.
Here's Matt.
Send either Mike or myself a text or an email. I want to hear what you guys want to hear us talk about. I want to hear some of your ideas about being a baby boomer or a Gen Xer and the things that you grew up with versus the things that you are doing now in your life. So as always, I say, Mike, love you. Dawn, I love you. Thank God for both of you. And I look forward to doing this again next week. Dawn, be on more with us. Okay. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way. Mike, I think Mike puts it best, especially in his book. This is just our way of putting some color on our canvas because we still got a lot of life left to live, and it's nice to be able to. It's nice to be able to think back of how things were, and Mike and I like to call it the simpler days. You know, it's a cliche, but yeah, things were just so much easier back then. So, that being said, love you guys, and
I love you too.
See you next week.
Have fun.